My time in the military, it was a lot of ups and downs. It made me a man, made me the man I am today. I don't want to say it takes away your innocence, but a lot of times you think that you're ready for some things that you're not really ready for. I met a lot of good people, and I've also been in a lot of bad situations as well. I learned a lot. I sacrificed a lot.
Hope means to me just the glimmer that I can still live a life that means something. I've struggled with hopelessness in this last year, and so to come out of hopelessness and have that glimmer of hope that things will be okay, I might be able to sleep a little better at night.
You know, our vets do come here, and some of them are upset, they're angry, they felt that they've served their country and they feel like now they've been abandoned. They're trying themselves to find out what happened often. And you know, they'll say, I don't know what happened. I was doing okay, and then A, B, and C happened, and I just couldn't get back on track.
I felt ashamed, you know, like to be in that position where I really don't have anywhere to go and I've exhausted all my resources. But it was the smartest thing I ever did. Nothing good that's happened to me in the past like 8 months would have happened to me if I didn't just swallow my pride and go to the Volunteers of America.
That's one of the hardest things to swallow, is the pride and accept the fact that now you need a hand up, not a handout. And it's very difficult for some of them to accept that. They are sometimes really resistant to accepting our help. They're even afraid to ask for it.
I'm learning to ask more. I have a real hard time asking for help, but because when I do ask, they're right there for me, it's making it easier for me.
It's not about having everything perfect all the time. It's how to deal with those issues as they come up.
Sometimes, some days are good and some days are bad. The thing is to remain positive. You can fall into depression. You can have some of the worst thoughts that you never really thought were possible to have. I never had thoughts of suicide until my time in the military, which is funny because I know people that say stuff like, I love myself too much, I could never do that. And I used to be one of those people until I actually started having those thoughts. But I don't have those thoughts anymore.
Any kind of like mental health symptoms where the anxiety or the depression is kicking up, that's when I know I need to like sit back and regroup. It doesn't mean that I can change the behaviors that I've developed in 30 years since I was in the Navy. I developed a lot of behaviors and a lot of ways of thinking that are automatic for me.
But take your time and find out what you really want so that you can be successful.
Working with this group of people has showed me that you can't put a face to what the average veteran is supposed to look like. There's not one. There never will be one. And people have to understand that just because they're down and out right now doesn't mean that that's how they were before or that's how they'll be for the rest of their lives.
My little brother, I don't have any kids myself, but that's like my son, honestly. He was actually born before my last deployment to Iraq. So I kept a picture of him with me always. He's always with me. For me, you know, I want to be honorable for him, so he'll have something to look up to in a good way.
You're dealing with these people every day, and you know, and their intentions are really about you, to see you succeed. You know, they think about you. I remember talking to somebody, the therapist there, and she told me she thinks about us and she worries about us when we're not there. You know, when she's at home, you know, you would think everybody else just knows that she's actually really concerned about us. And that struck me as like, wow, you know, like this person cares so much about us, you know, we could at least care about ourselves. And, you know, the Volunteers of America really showed me some things, you know, about looking into myself and fixing myself and my problems.
And if I be honest and look at the big picture, I have just what I need. You know, I mean, y'all can want me a great big old Cadillac to ride around in, and you know, all these old super fly clothes. For what?
Right.
You know, can't take none of it with you.
Right.
But what I need is to be able to have the quality time with those that I love to love me, so that when my time does come along, they'll have something to remember me by,
Right.
pass on, keep the name going. They talk about granddad. They can talk about granddad with a smile.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I'd say that hope is triumph. It's stepping over defeat and making your way to success.
I don't feel like I'm by myself anymore. You know, so, you know, there's hope.
Trust me, I lost hope, you know, and the Volunteers of America is what gave me the hope I needed to succeed, you know. Volunteers of America is hope.